Thank you for joining us on the breaking news edition of the debate. It's a breaking news edition, just getting the first pictures of Hemant Soren being arrested. My colleagues Prakash, Singh and Shravan Sen joining us live on this breaking news edition of the debate. Unprecedented scenes in Jharkhand. A sitting chief minister has been arrested. It's official now. Hemant Soren has been arrested, and Republic TV has accessed some exclusive pictures of the diary, the bribe diaries of Hemant Soren. It's an exclusive here on Republic TV, which we will broadcast in a few seconds from now. We'll put up the bribe diaries, and those are pictures of Hemant Soren in the Raj Bhavan tendering his resignation. Champai Soren will be the next Jharkhand chief minister. Shravan, while I pull up those pictures of the bribe diaries, you were telling us that there are names of officials, bureaucrats. Are they all serving? Shravan, what is the Enforcement Directorate saying about these bribe diaries? Shravan and Prakash.
Well, in fact, Niranjan, if you could just cue me once the pictures are ready, and we are putting up the pages of the diary which has already been produced before the court. So let me just also put this out for all our viewers to understand that this investigation has been going on for over 2 years now. Important to point out, there are some key characters that I would like to take our viewers through. One who happens to be the ex-DC of Ranchi, who's been named in this particular charge sheet. And secondly, Prem Prakash, a key character, someone who's considered to be a close aide of the Jharkhand chief minister. Hemant Soren was arrested in the land scam. In fact, a short while back, we were told that he was handed over the arrest memo. Just to take our viewers through a little bit of the confusion that was created as to how exactly he reached the Raj Bhavan. It turned out that the Enforcement Directorate had essentially communicated this to Hemant Soren, that he needs to sign the arrest memo before he leaves for Raj Bhavan, something that he had refused. He literally threw some sort of a tantrum. Something thereafter we've been told that the Enforcement Directorate agreed, and Hemant Soren thereafter left for Raj Bhavan. A short while back, he was brought to the Enforcement Directorate's office in Ranchi, where he was handed over the arrest papers. In all likelihood, sometime in the second half tomorrow is what we are being told, that he would be produced before the court. That clarity would come in a short while from now. But just to take our viewers through what exactly is the case all about, why exactly has Hemant Soren been arrested? We're talking about a land scam that the Enforcement Directorate has been probing. It's a prime property. It's one of the land parcels which they've been probing. We're given to understand multiple FIRs were actually registered even by the Jharkhand police. So much so, the Enforcement Directorate, when they came across this evidence of how land parcel with higher value was being sold off to private persons, they had actually informed the state government under Section 66C, and had also informed the state government that FIR should be registered. It turns out that Hemant Soren's name was nowhere mentioned in the FIRs that were registered, but thereafter the Enforcement Directorate had taken cognizance of the same very FIRs, and the case was registered. We are being told that a prime property in the heart of Ranchi, which was valued roughly about 20 crore rupees, was sold off to a private person by the name of Pradeep Bakchi. And through a private company, the money was essentially being diverted. A 20 crore property was sold off for roughly about 7 crore rupees. Now, wherein comes the role of the ex-DC of Ranchi, who has also been taken into the custody of the Enforcement Directorate. We are being told that the DC actually played an important role in not only giving the land, but also putting pressure on other bureaucrats. And also we've been told that there was a forgery of various documents, fake deeds that were provided. We've also accessed pictures of those fake deeds, the signatures that were basically forged, signatures of some registrars that were forged by those who were part of this entire scheme. And it turns out that it is the front man of Hemant Soren, Prem Prakash, who was making all the arrangements. These properties were being given away to people who were considered to be close aides of Prem Prakash, in turn close aide of Hemant Soren. That is the reason why today, when these documents were essentially shown to the Chief Minister, we are given to understand that he did not respond. He was evasive, and that is exactly why tomorrow, when the remand papers are made and produced before the court, they are going to put out the reasons for custodial interrogation, the need for custodial interrogation of Hemant Soren. Niranjan, once the pages of the diary is ready, you could cue me. I'll take our viewers through some of the details of what exactly is written in those very pages.
We have the pages on air. Yeah, we have the pages on air, Shawan. In fact, we were playing out those pages as you spoke. Some of those pages that show details of who perhaps got the bribes. Some of the names as well. We can read those names in those bribe diaries. We have the full details with us. The bribe memos, it's all with us, Shawan. In fact, as you spoke, it was on air, on our screens. Let me also go across to Prakash to get the details. There you have it on your screen, different names. I'm going across to Prakash as we stay with this. Prakash, unprecedented situation. I mean, you've covered Bihar all across the last 2 decades, and you've seen very, very closely the politics of this particular region, Bihar and Jharkhand, and reminds us of Lalu Prasad, the manner in which Hemant Soren has been arrested, perhaps more dramatic in a sense that he went to the Raj Bhavan. He went to the Raj Bhavan while being in custody. Went to the Raj Bhavan, and we are hearing from top ED sources, he was asked to leave for Raj Bhavan after signing the arrest memo. He was granted permission to leave since he's a sitting chief minister. The questioning will continue. He's resigned. What's going on? Prakash, from a political perspective, after Bihar, turbulence in Jharkhand, are there more twists in the story, Prakash? Because we know that everything is not okay within the Soren family. There have been disagreements. Some MLAs were missing, right? So are we expecting any political twist, or is it a settled matter that somebody else will just replace him?
So far, it looks like a settled matter with Champai Soren all set to be the new chief minister. They have given a letter of support of 45 MLAs to the governor, and the governor has not given any time for the swearing-in ceremony of Champai Soren. Of course, we will have deliberations with the center, but it looks like a settled matter, but BJP is also keeping a close eye on the development. JMM has 29 MLAs, Congress has 18. That comes to around 47, RJD 1, CPI 1. So in total they have 51 MLAs altogether, but there are 3-4 resentment also with Sita Soren, the sister-in-law of Hemant Soren, who is a sitting MLA, has not yet signed on the letter of support, and a few more MLAs have not yet signed, but 45 out of 80, that is enough for a majority. But it looks like tomorrow, anytime soon, the swearing would be done. I'm joined by a local freelance journalist here, Raj Singh. He runs a portal. तो राज, आप इस चुनाव यहाँ पर झारखंड की राजनीति को कवर करते हैं, तो क्या लग रहा है, ये पॉलिटिकल क्या सरकार हेमंत सोरेन जेएमएम की बन जाएगी या बीजेपी भी नजर गड़ाई हुई है?
बिल्कुल, जो अभी जो विधायक गए थे गवर्नर हाउस, उन्होंने जो समर्थन पत्र सौंपा है उसमें तो 45 विधायकों का एक तरह से उसमें है और इंटैक्ट दिखे हुए, क्योंकि सुबह से ही जो सभी विधायकों को ये कहा गया था कि आप सीएम हाउस आ जाइए, उसमें कांग्रेस और जेएमएम के सभी विधायक यहाँ पहुंचे थे। जो 4 विधायक जेएमएम के मिसिंग है उसमें एक रामदास सोरेन है जिनका इलाज अपोलो दिल्ली में चल रहा है। लोबिन हेम्ब्रेम पिछले 7-8 महीने से अपने सरकार के खिलाफ में लगातार वो मुखर हैं, तो वो उन्होंने पहले ही डिनाई कर दिया था कि हम किसी भी सूरत में सरकार के साथ नहीं जाएंगे। सीता सोरेन के बारे में जरूर ये कहा जा रहा है कि वो नहीं पहुंची हैं।
चंपई को इसलिए बनाया गया क्योंकि सीता सोरेन ने अपना क्लेम ठोक दिया था कि मैं बसंत सोरेन की पत्नी हूं। बसंत सोरेन शिबू सोरेन के वारिस थे। उनके मौत के बाद हेमंत सोरेन बन गए मुख्यमंत्री, इसलिए अब मुझे मौका मिलना चाहिए, न कि कल्पना सोरेन को।
हाँ, नहीं, सीता सोरेन दुर्गा सोरेन की पत्नी है और हाँ, एक्चुअली सीता सोरेन ने ये बातें जरूर कही थी, लेकिन जो ये चंपई सोरेन का नाम आया है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं ये है कि कल्पना सोरेन चूंकि मेंबर नहीं है, लेजिस्लेटिव मेंबर नहीं है, इस वजह से ये इनको डर था कि कहीं गवर्नर की तरफ से कुछ अड़चन ना लगाया जाए, क्योंकि 1 साल से कम का वक्त बचा है झारखंड में चुनाव को लेकर, तो वो कोई रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहते थे क्योंकि सीता
चुनाव होने। तो क्या आपको लगता है कि झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा सरकार बना लेगी स्मूथली? यहाँ पे 45 विधायक का समर्थन उन्होंने,
अभी तो फिलहाल यही दिख रहा है, और कांग्रेस के विधायक और जेएमएम के विधायक को इंटैक्ट रहने के लिए बोला गया है और वो एक साथ
अभी सीएम आवास में है, भोजन कर रहे हैं, यहीं पर कैंप करेंगे रात भर। बोलो,
तैयारी है सर्किट हाउस
हम लोग से मिलने नहीं दिया जा रहा है उन लोगों को, लेकिन विधायकों से क्या कुछ व्यवस्था हो पाएगी जिससे हम लोग मिल चले, कुछ गेट वेट से क्रॉस करने का?
मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ी देर बाद जो है वो लोग निकलेंगे, आइदर वो लोग सर्किट हाउस जाएं या फिर उनको कहा जाएगा कि आप, हालांकि मुझे लग रहा है कि सर्किट हाउस ही जाएंगे, गवर्नर हाउस के बाहर जब वो आए थे तब उन्होंने बात की।
को एक जगह रहने की बात कही गई है ताकि कोई तोड़ फोड़ ना मचा पाए। कोई छोटा राज्य है निरंजन, इट्स ए स्मॉलर स्टेट एंड इट्स in a smaller states, what happens in a smaller states that few MLAs here and there and you manage to form the government. So all MLAs are, my camera person will show, behind this wall, and they're having their dinner, they're taking rest with their luggage in, and most likely, as Raj was mentioning, and in a few moments from now, they will be shifted to circuit house, so they stay together. So there is no case of any split, because BJP is also keeping a close eye, because we have seen overnight governments topple in the smaller states. We have seen in Arunachal Pradesh, we have seen in northeastern states, we have seen in Goa, we have seen in Chhattisgarh in the past. So all this has happened. So, but as of now, the numbers are in their favor, but we'll keep a close track on the political developments in Jharkhand.
Prakash and Shravan, I want you to stay with me on this breaking news broadcast. It's a breaking news edition of the debate. At 10 p.m. we were supposed to debate the Gyanvapi development today, but we are staying with the breaking news development, and I want you to stay with me, Prakash and Shravan, and feel free to jump into the debate, because we have a few panelists as well with us today, Shravan and Prakash. I'll ask the team to share the panelists' names also with you, so feel free to be a part of the debate while we are on the breaking news broadcast. We have Savio Rodriguez, Chief Editor, Goa Chronicle, Advocate Deshwatan Nigam, political analyst and also an advocate. Nikhil Jain, who's a political analyst, leans towards the Congress party. Pulla Rao, a political analyst, live from Chennai today, and Anirban Banerjee, who leans towards the Trinamool Congress. He's a political analyst as well. Now, when you look at the developments, let me start with Nikhil Jain. Or actually, Savio, let me get a journalistic perspective from you, right? You look at the antics of Hemant Soren today, and not just today, I mean in the last few weeks, right? He skipped summons 9 times before he appeared before the Enforcement Directorate. He said Enforcement Directorate was asking him irrelevant questions. He writes a letter saying ED was dwelling on irrelevant questions. He puts it on record. He goes missing for over 24 hours. He goes absconding. Cash is found in his house, over 30 lakh rupees. Cars are seized. Okay, fine. Look at the antics. And today, I was just showing the copies of the diary, the bribe diary that Shravan has accessed. We're putting out the land scam bribe diaries as well. There are names on it. Now, of course, I don't know whether it will stand in court. It's a matter of investigation. But when all of this is staring at you in the face and you're still trying to evade the inevitable, what does it say? I mean, he didn't want to go kicking and screaming, but eventually he's had to. Savio.
You see, Niranjan, one of the saddest aspects of corrupt politicians in India is that they talk about the fact that they are not corrupt and then evade investigative agencies that are investigating their corruption. Now, if you are truly not corrupt, then you would face every question that comes your way as far as a corruption-related allegation is concerned. However, we're seeing this antics of politicians evading investigative agencies because they definitely have something to hide. Just like Hemant Soren, I am certain that even Arvind Kejriwal will be in the same act that Hemant Soren is doing, because there is a corruption and that's why they are afraid to meet with the investigative agency. The targeting of the investigative agency is the next step of the opposition and different political parties that have corruption allegations against them, and that's definitely going to come out by tonight or tomorrow. If you are corrupt and you believe that you are non-corrupt, then what stops you from meeting an investigative officer? What gives a politician the right to evade a summon of an investigative agency? If it was a common man, would a common man be allowed to evade for 9 times? A common man would go the first time he is summoned by an investigative authority. But political leaders like Hemant Soren, Arvind Kejriwal, thinks that the investigative agencies are there to target them, thereby belittling the investigative agencies. And that is sad. If you've got nothing to hide and if you are not corrupt, then you should go and give your statement to any investigative authority.
Now, see, but the question also is, I mean, you look at what else Hemant Soren has done today. And I saw Nikhil Jain, disagreeing, nodding his head. But Nikhil Jain, you know what he does just before being arrested, hours before he's arrested? Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren files a case. He files a case under the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act against alleged harassment and raids of his Delhi house, where allegedly 30 lakh rupees in cash has been found. I mean, what is he trying to do? What was he rather? He's not the chief minister anymore.
Allegedly, that you've been saying that Hemant, so this is the case of the ED. See, we've all been seeing how the Enforcement Directorate has been functioning. It has completely become a partisan organization. It is a shame on the name of an independent investigative agency.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
They do not take any action against Ajit Pawar, and the BJP was going around saying Ajit Pawar is the most corrupt politician in the country. They do not take action.
You have no right to insinuate
They do not take
and
action
question
against
the
any
integrity
person
of an
who is with the
intelligence
BJP, either within the BJP or an ally of the BJP. But so far as opposition politicians are concerned, whether it's the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress or JMM or any other party, the ED is quick to knock on their doors. Also, in your initial introduction, you said that Hemant Soren was absconding. I'm sorry, absconding is not the right word. Absconding is for a person against whom there is an arrest warrant. There was never an arrest warrant against Hemant Soren.
I did not say that.
Out on parole.
I did not say that.
You did use the word abscond, and even if you did not, at least the BJP is using that word.
Those questioning Hemant Soren.
No, even if you did not use that word, let's for the moment, let's for the sake of argument say you did not use the word, but the BJP certainly has been using that word. Abscond, he is not a convict on parole. He is an accused by an investigative agency without any outstanding arrest warrant. He is not obligated to keep his phones on or be present at a particular residence. And so far as Savio's arguments go that he should always cooperate with the investigative agency, why did he not appear before the summons? He must realize that he is a sitting chief minister of a state. Every time an investigative agency sends politically motivated summons to any senior leader,
so what,
a minister or a chief minister.
So what? He should lead by example.
Sure.
Shouldn't he lead by example? Making him a chief minister of a state does not excuse him.
On the doors of the ED and begging them,
being a chief minister of a state does not excuse him
so that the BJP
from coming in front of an investigative agency and giving his statement. Which rule says that the chief minister is exempted?
On for years and years. Why did the ED not make an arrest?
Can you tell me, is a chief minister higher than a common man?
4 months before the election,
is a chief minister higher than a common man, Nikhil? Should he not lead by example? Should not politicians lead by example?
Okay, let me ask you a counter question. 1 second.
The BJP has pulled out every dirty trick in the book.
Okay, Shravan wants to come in. Shravan wants to come in. Savio and Nikhil, Shravan wants to come in. And before Shravan comes, I'll just make a point and Shravan can take it forward. Shravan, I wanted to ask Deshradan Nigam. There is truth in what Nikhil Jain also says, Shravan. And Shravan has covered politics in Mumbai. He was a reporter in Mumbai for the longest time before moving to Delhi. And he's still in Mumbai today. He's, he's traveled different cities. He's tracked politics. Nobody knows ED better than him in Republic Media Network. But I'll tell you something, Shravan. We've all debated about Ajit Pawar, right? We've all debated about, what is that guy's name? I forget the leader's name from the Eknath Shinde faction now. I don't know whether he's a minister. Pratap Sarnaik, for example. Pratap Sarnaik is raided by the ED. Shravan, you know it. He was raided by the ED, right? Chhagan Bhujbal. Is it not a fact that all of these people were once raided by the ED, investigated by the ED? I don't know where the investigation is, but I certainly know they are friends of the BJP. They are working with the BJP. He's got a point there. Shravan, you can take it forward with Deshradan Nigam. I wanted Deshradan to take this question. Isn't it not a fact?
Yes. In fact, let me tell you.
Well,
once
Niranjan,
process
you do
starts,
have a point on this entire matter. That is the reason why you have the opposition parties are essentially indicating, opposition parties do say that, the moment any leader enters the Bharatiya Janata Party, they are whitewashed. But just a caveat to this, Nikhil, the fact of the matter is also this, that each of these cases that have gone to the court, remember the Enforcement Directorate hasn't really been pulled up. Take this particular case. The matter was taken to the apex court. Remember, it is the apex court which had allowed the investigation to be taken forward. Similarly, in the state of West Bengal too, both the federal agencies of our country, if they are essentially carrying out their probe against the opposition leaders, it is not as per their whims and fancies. Remember, it is a court-mandated investigation that has been carried out. It is not a banana republic. Nikhil, that is one aspect that you will have to consider, that there has to be merit in the case, or else even for the Enforcement Directorate, they cannot register a single FIR unless it is the state police being brought in. In this particular case also, it is the state police that had registered the FIRs. Thereafter, the Enforcement Directorate comes in. But having said that, the Enforcement Directorate also has some answering to do with respect to Ajit Pawar, with respect to Pratap Sarnaik, with respect to Chhagan Bhujbal, and the list can go on. But having said that, does it really still give the long rope to those, especially the likes of Manish Sisodia, the likes of Hemant Soren, to perhaps hide behind this entire logic?
Niranjan, can I come in now?
Yeah, Deshadan can take that. I think Deshadan can take that because of, he hasn't spoken and we have three other panelists who haven't spoken. Deshadan, take that.
Yes, certainly. Nikhil Jain certainly has raised an issue. But the issue is out here is that each case have to be dealt in on its own footing. You cannot be mixing all the cases together. And anybody who says that irrelevant questions are being asked, you are not the judge. Even Nikhil Jain is not a judge to say that it's an irrelevant question. The courts will decide. If you want someone to be stayed or quashed, you go to the court. And Nikhil Jain, any lawyer worth of salt will tell you that. And Nikhil Jain is a lawyer worth of salt. And I know him. And therefore, as a simple first principles of law, if any summons are issued, warrants are issued to you, you go to the court to get it said. Here, what is being done is politics. You will not do anything. Even Arvind Kejriwal is doing the same thing, that irrelevant questions are being asked, you are being hounded. But you have to take your grievance mechanism, redressal grievance mechanism, which is available to you. Instead of doing politics, the money is being recovered. Thousands of crores are being recovered in West Bengal. Arvind Kejriwal's ministers are in jail. They are not being given bail. Prima facie, the court thinks the ED has a strong case. So as of now, we only are talking about prima facie case. A trial will take place. And if it is PMLA, you are guilty till proven innocent. Please understand that. The law has been reversed. Following the French system that we follow. No. We have taken the concept from a French system here. In certain cases where the law is very serious and the impact is on the society as a whole, the concept has been changed. You are not innocent till proven guilty under those laws. So let's not play politics out here. Go to the court, get it stayed, get your stand validated by court, get the summons quashed or stayed if you think. And so far as the Ajit Pawar and other things are concerned, let me tell you one thing. Once an FIR is registered, it is under the control of a court. Court monitors everything. If anybody has a problem, move an application there. You will have your, orders coming out from the court. This is what the law is. And therefore, let us not, make misleading statements to the viewers of Republic. So let us be very clear. There are redressal grievance mechanism available. Like
sir, it's not a misleading statement, Deshadan Nigam. I think I disagree with you, sir. Sir, I disagree with you. I disagree with you on calling it a misleading statement. I disagree with you. I humbly disagree with you that it was a misleading statement. Fact is, Pratap Sarnaik was raided. Fact is, Pratap Sarnaik's family was under scanner. Fact is, Pratap Sarnaik's firms came under scanner. Fact is, Ajit Pawar was under scanner. Fact is, BJP used to call Ajit Pawar corrupt. Fact is, Chhagan Bhujbal was also under scanner. Now, these are facts. What happened to the case is a different thing. But I refuse to agree with you, Deshadan Nigam, on what you are saying about the facts, or you're trying to indicate that I'm trying to mislead. I'm not. I want to go across to Pulla Rao. I don't know whether Mr. Pulla Rao was there. He was nodding his head. Mr. Pulla Rao, are you there?
Let me clarify.
Oh, Nikhil.
The thing is, there could be political compulsions for BJP to have an alignment. But legal position is different. That's what I'm trying to make.
Okay, fine. I don't know whether Pulla Rao is there.
Bell the cat perfectly. You are guilty till proven innocent. and
Sure,
BJP
sure.
and the
Anirban,
ED have political compulsions. I think that is the sum up of the entire debate that you're having.
Okay, let Anirban come in. He hasn't spoken.
Yeah.
Nikhil, he hasn't spoken. I request you, let him speak. Anirban.
Yeah. Yeah, regarding this court directed and monitored investigation, that is a bunch of farrago, because in many of the scams or alleged scams, the CBI was primarily directed by the courts. The ED jumped in on their own, which they can completely do according to the law. Not every case was handed over to the ED by the court. That is number one. And regarding monitoring of the investigations, let me remind you that even the chit fund scam, the Sharoda, the Rose Valley, etc., those were handed over to the CBI and the ED jumped in later. And the investigation has been going on for more than a decade now. It's almost 11 years. In spite of the fact that the court is so-called monitoring the investigation, what has happened is the investigation has gone on and on and on, and some of the Trinamool leaders were arrested. They are out on bail now, and anybody who has joined the BJP, for example, Himanta Biswa Sharma, a prime accused in the Rose Valley scam, Shubhendu Adhikari, a prime accused in the Sharoda, as well as the Naroda scam. Nothing has happened to them.
A little bit, and a little bit of a fact check for you. Anirban, a little bit of a fact check for you. You threw a few stats about the Enforcement Directorate. Let me give you the stats about the Enforcement Directorate. These are official stats. Okay. Number of persons arrested so far by the Enforcement Directorate, 513. Okay. Can you hear me? Number of prosecution complaints filed, 1,142. Yes, number of cases in which trial completed under PMLA. Is 25. Number of trial cases resulted in conviction against, under PMLA, 24. 24 out of 25 cases, trial and conviction has happened. 24 of 25, 25 cases trial, 24 cases conviction. This is a fact. Number of trial cases resulted in acquittal, 1. Okay, 1 minute. Amongst percentage of conviction, therefore, sir, basic maths is 96%. Pullarav is coming in. No, Pullarav is coming in. Pullarav is coming in. Pullarav hasn't spoken. I want to go to Pullarav.
The number of investigations by the ED and the conviction, the percentage is less than 0.5%.
Let him make his point, I'll come back to you. Let him make his point. I'll come back to you. Yeah, Pullarav. Yeah.
The minute Nitish Kumar was made Chief Minister, the next day, all this activity started. There's more confidence. And the optics are very bad, as I said. Why only such chief ministers? Why hound them and then release selectively and then put them here? Why not the others? Where are they? Is this only 3 corrupt cases in the country? Corruption is now clear. There's definitely something which has to be seen. This is a very, very dangerous trend. Once they register a case, a common man, anybody can't fight them because they can get any kind of evidence and most people get caught. Why not the others? Where is all their money coming from? This is very bad for the country. I don't mind if you arrest any corrupt man. You must arrest corrupt people. They are corrupt. What about the others? These are the only 3 guys. This is not a right way of doing it. They went after him. They came to Delhi. They leaked he ran away. Where will he run away, Chief Minister? These are not things which really, in the long run, they will, whether you try, I try, the enforcement agencies will get a bad name. People are watching. There is a cause and effect. The minute Nitish Kumar became Chief Minister, there's greater confidence. Now, and after these guys, till then there was silence. So, this is not the right way to do these things. And I'm afraid this will increase because the power of the PMLA, which everybody wants, even the Supreme Court wants it amended. The Supreme Court says it is too strict, too draconian. Nobody can get out of it. You can't answer questions. And they won't accept your answers. They say you're a fraud. Finished.
Now, if the argument...
So therefore,
if the argument is, if you're trying to ask, are all BJP leaders squeaky clean? If you're asking if all BJP leaders are squeaky clean, I don't know. Only the enforcement agencies can do that. It's their job to monitor that. But let me tell you, as far as Hemant Soren is concerned, he's not squeaky clean. I'll tell you why he's not squeaky clean. Okay, Savio, I'll tell you why Hemant Soren is not squeaky clean. Accused of illegal mining case worth 1,250 crore rupees. ED in its investigation has revealed Hemant Soren is involved in an illegal mining case in Sahibganj district. 1,250 crore. Summoned in the illegal mining case by the Enforcement Directorate. Did not appear. Case against 13 accused under Section 45. Section 44 of the PMLA Act in the land scam. There are very serious allegations against him. There is a diary. There are people who have spoken about Hemant Soren. Right? Allegations. I'm saying allegation. Land sold at 7 crore, whereas the government value of property is over 21 crore. Now, these are ways in which politicians perhaps make money. I don't know. It's an allegation. Right? He's not squeaky clean. Right? And it's not the first time. It's not the first case. Savio.
You know, let me say something about corruption, and these people have been talking about it, our panelists. Now, corruption primarily is a cesspool. So if you are saying that there are BJP leaders who are corrupt, and being somebody who supports the BJP, I also will say that there are corrupt politicians. And what do you do with corrupt politicians? Is that you ensure that the law that is with you deals with corrupt politicians. And today, if we want to stop this cesspool of corruption, then we should, as citizens of this country, stand up against everything that is corrupt, whether it's political parties or politicians. But the starting point is always the investigations. See, this is what I don't agree with the opposition. You might point fingers at the BJP, and rightfully so. But what stops the opposition from setting an example? An investigation done by an investigation agency cannot be termed as politics. Why don't you lead the way and show that you are not corrupt and that you are not afraid of standing in front of an investigation authority and telling the truth? The mere fact that you hide from it and play politics is where the question arises. So instead of pointing out fingers at BJP, why don't you do something that's responsible and come out clean? But no, Hemant Soren and Arvind Kejriwal will not do that. They will play politics. They will not use the recourse of the law because they want to play politics. And that's the problem. Today in the country, whether it's the BJP, whether it's the Congress, whether it's any political party, if there is a corrupt individual, that corruption is a cancer in society and must be cut out. It's as simple as that. I have raised this with the BJP as well. So the point is, can we as a country deal with corruption on a war footing, because it's spreading the cancer all around?
Okay, you look at all the cases against India Alliance and the specifics, right?
Yeah.
Arvind Kejriwal sent a summons for the 5th time today in relation to the Delhi liquor scam. Nikhil, I'll quickly put a question to Nikhil and maybe you can come in after that. Kejriwal sent a summons for the 5th time today in relation to the Delhi liquor scam. Lalu Prasad being questioned for his ongoing land for job scam. Trinamool Congress leader Shankar Adya arrested in the public distribution system scam in West Bengal. Congress, if you count the number of scams during the UPA years, crossed about 9 scams, right? From 2G, Commonwealth, coal, it went on and on, right? Now, it's bad optics. I mean, if someone is caught or someone is under investigation, at least the least you can do is cooperate. If you cooperate, maybe you wouldn't be arrested. I don't know how it works, but I'm guessing that's how it works, Nikhil Jain. You can't say this is vindictive action. You can't keep saying that.
If you cooperate, you are arrested. If you don't cooperate, you are arrested. You are arrested.
Niranjan, so far as the alleged scams during the UPA era are concerned, no senior minister of any party is in jail for that. So I'm not quite sure if they were actually scams or not. And you gave very important numbers to your viewers when you said that the ED has filed more than 1,000 complaints, more than 500 people have been arrested, but only 25 cases have been completed. What does that mean? That only 2.5% cases that the ED files go to a fruition. This is
that's
exactly
convenient
the strategy
maths.
Of the ED.
That's convenient maths.
The process is the punishment. The government has amended the
number
PMLA,
of cases in which trial completed under 25
ED Acts to make it an act under which you are guilty until proven innocent, as Nigamji has already pointed out. The strictures for bail are very strict, which is why even the courts are hand-tried. The courts cannot go beyond the statutory written law which the parliament has passed. And the parliament has made a law such that until you prove yourself to be innocent, you can very well be kept in jail. And this is exactly what the ED is doing, that you file 1,000 cases, but you complete the trial in only 25 cases. You just keep on languishing people, political leaders, and anybody who's inconvenient to you under ED cases. Exactly. Why have we seen such a rise in ED cases against this present government? Because ED is the only agency and PMLA is the only act which can be misused like that. Why do we not hear of CBI raids anymore? Because ED is being misused in this manner, and that is why it is all very, very political, and that is why it's a question of grave concern for the country. And I'm shocked that Savio is completely not willing to acknowledge and agree to the fact that the BJP has been going around making corruption allegations against so many people, but they suddenly go silent and the ED suddenly goes inactive when those people either join the BJP or ally with the BJP. Ajit Pawar, Shuvendu Adhikari, I think it was against Sunil Jakhar also, Hemanta Biswa Sarma. So many of them, what happens with them? Why does the ED become inactive? Why does the ED not take those cases forward? Because this is nothing but politically motivated actions by the ED. As simple as that.
Okay, running out of time. Quick response, Savio, and then I'll have to end the debate because I have to go to the Gyanvapi debate next. Quickly, yeah.
You might want to cast aspirations or allegations on the BJP and their ways of dealing with corrupt politicians. But when you do that to an investigative agency and call the investigative agency or position it or insinuate that they are controlled by political leaders, you insult every single person in that investigative agency. So you want to blacklist BJP, call it names? My friend, please go ahead. But to call ED as doing something below its integrity is wrong.
ED
is an insult to them because there are very good officers.
Let me also tell you, let me end by saying, Savio, because I'm running out of time, I have to end it with one anecdote. Everyone's talking about how agencies are controlled, right? Let me remind you, Nikhil, Pullarao and Anirban, about how the Supreme Court, when our editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami was arrested and all the cases filed against the Republic Media Network and its young journalists, right? Hundreds and hundreds of cases across the country. You know what the Supreme Court said? And the government there, sir, back in the day was NCP plus Congress plus Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray faction. Justice Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, had said in that judgment, weaponization of the state machinery. What you saw in the Arnab Goswami case was weaponization of the state machinery. It was a government back then run by Congress, NCP, Uddhav Sena. So thank you very much. Before you lecture everyone else, please look within, all right? And we'll debate again. Thank you very much.